On July 15, Khalid Kayat arrived at Etihad's check-in counter at Sydney Airport's Terminal 1 to see his brother off on a flight to Abu Dhabi. Unknown to the airline, the police and even the brother, Mr. Kayat had allegedly packed a military-grade bomb, concealed in a kitchen meat mincer, in his brother's check-in bag. 3 months earlier, on April 13, Mr. Kayat, 49, started talking to a senior Islamic State operative in Syria about what police now allege is the most serious and disturbing terror plot ever hatched in Australia. The contact was possibly facilitated through his brother-in-law, Surrey Hills man Khalid Mahi, whose brother Ahmed Mahi fled Australia for us in 2014. The conversation quickly turned to building a bomb to smuggle onto a passenger jet. "Thanks be to God," Mr. Kayat wrote in reply to one message detailing instructions on chemical reactions. The alleged plot, outlined in detail on Friday following the charging of Mr. Kayat and his 32-year-old brother Mahmoud, has all the hallmarks of what experts have identified as Islamic State's latest trend in depravity: remote-controlled or virtually planned attacks in which its operatives give step-by-step instructions to overseas supporters on how, where and when to carry out an attack. With the help of the IS controller, high-end military-grade explosives were posted to Mr. Kayat from Turkey, and instructions were subsequently given on how to build the bomb. Police continue to search a home in Surrey Hills, Sydney. Photo AAP image. Police allege Mr. Kayat and younger brother Mahmoud worked away for 3 months, eventually creating a product that was fully functioning. But, miraculously, the bag was never checked in on June 15, possibly because the luggage was too heavy. Bomb squad officers and heavily armed police searched the unit on Sproul Street, Lakemba, following the arrest of 4 men. Photo Michelle Mossop. Mr. Kayat took it back to his Lakemba home and his brother boarded his flight, unaware he almost became the patsy in Australia's most elaborate terror plot. This is one of the most sophisticated plots that has ever been attempted on Australian soil, AFP Deputy Commissioner Mike Phelan said on Friday. An injured Khalid Mahi is taken away in an ambulance after being arrested in Surrey Hills. Photo 7 News. In an astonishing revelation, Mr. Phelan said the police knew nothing about the men of the plot until 11 days later, when the group were allegedly midway through a second attempt. US and British agencies tipped them off on July 26 after intercepting communication from the IS operative providing direction on a second plan, this time to build a chemical dispersion device to release colorless toxic gas. Khalid Kayat was arrested in Surrey Hills over the terrorist bomb plot. Photo supplied. The men were immediately put under surveillance until July 29 when they were arrested in 6 raids across Surrey Hills, Lakemba, Punchbowl, Wiley Park and Bankstown. Those raids uncovered every element of the first explosive device, by then dismantled and allegedly spread across Mr. Mahi's Surrey Hills terrace and Mr. Kayat's Lakemba unit. Khalid Kayat was arrested in Surrey Hills over the terrorist plot. Photo supplied. Mr. Mahi had set up a business, Khalid's Powder Coating Services, 2 days after the first attempt, possibly as a front to obtain chemical materials. In the Surrey Hills and Lakemba homes, police found precursors, chemicals and evidence of experiments and reactions that point towards a complex plot to build a device to disperse hydrogen sulfide. Mahmoud Kayat being arrested in Lakemba on July 29 as part of terror raids over a plot to bring down a plane. Screen grab. From 7 News. Photo 7 News. There were certainly precursor chemicals that had been produced and some of the components had been produced, but we were a long way from having a functioning chemical dispersion device, Mr. Phelan said. Messages between Mr. Kayat and the IS controller revealed discussions to put the gas device in a crowded space, possibly on public transport. It's understood the Middle East-bound Etihad flight was opportunistically targeted by Mr. Kayat for the first attempt after he realized his brother had genuinely booked a seat on it. Mr. Phelan said he believes the first bomb would never have made it through security, had it been checked in. He said police created a mock of the IED and did penetration testing of airport security and had a 100% success rate of it being detected. We are extremely confident given the systems we have in this country that the IED would have been picked up, he said. The Kayat brothers were charged on Thursday night with planning 2 terrorist acts, one between April and July 16, one between July 16 and July 29, after spending almost 6 days in custody under a special terrorism detention order. Neither applied for bail in Parramatta local court on Friday, and they will reappear in court in November. Khalid Mahi remains in detention and is expected to be charged over the weekend. His 50-year-old brother, Abdul Mahi, was released without charge on Tuesday after 70 hours of questioning. He maintains he had nothing to do with the plot. The brother who flew to Abu Dhabi has not returned to Australia and is not facing charges. Asked if he was surprised that such a sophisticated plot initially escaped police attention, Mr. Phelan said, "Nothing surprises me. If it hadn't been for the great work over our intelligence agencies and law enforcement over a very quick period of time, then we could very well have had a catastrophic event in this country," he said.